Could you imagine working as a grocery store stocker for $5 an hour and then just 6 years later signing an NFL contract for $46 million? In this video, I'm going to tell you the story of one of the most accomplished NFL quarterbacks of all time, Kurt Warner. His journey through his small Iowa college, his time working in a grocery store, and finally winning the highest honor in the NFL, the Super Bowl. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. Leave a like and consider subscribing if you enjoy. Let's get into it. Kurt Warner was born on June 1971 in Burlington, Iowa, to a struggling family. His mom and dad divorced very young, and his mom worked 3 jobs to provide for him and his brother, Matt. To drown out some of the noise, Warner found some solace in sports throughout high school. He showed promise in basketball, baseball, and of course, football. Football ended up being his real love, and by his junior year, he earned the starting quarterback position for his high school. Warner's high school coach trusted his football IQ so much he even let him call his own plays from time to time. By his senior season in 1988, he led himself to state honors while also earning a trip to Iowa's Shrine Bowl, showcasing the best players in Iowa. Once there, he led his team to a victory and even took home the MVP. Unfortunately for Warner, this didn't translate to college interest from any large school. He was just in too small of a state and too small of a high school to be noticed by the Power 5 college teams. With that being the case, Warner ended up committing to the University of Northern Iowa in Cedar Falls. They were a Division I AA school and had never produced an NFL talent. Although Warner was able to stay close to home in Iowa, he began to realize his dream of playing in the NFL was becoming a long shot. His freshman season, he was redshirted, and then for the next 3 years, Warner sat on the bench and never played a starting snap for the Panthers. Finally, in 1993, Warner earned the starting position in his final year of college. He led the Panthers to an 8-3 record, a playoff berth, and won Conference Offensive Player of the Year. He threw for 2,747 yards and 17 touchdowns that year. Finally, Warner had earned himself a little bit of football experience to put on his, at the time, very small resume. Above all of his football accolades at Northern Iowa, he met his wife, Brenda Mionio, there as well. She was a single mother with 2 young children, and the two grew close and eventually married in 1997.
My kids all day. He'd go work out with the college team just in case there happened to be a scout around and to stay in shape. And
despite his senior season success, Warner's dream of playing in the NFL was dying out. He declared for the NFL draft in 1994, but ultimately went undrafted. The Green Bay Packers invited Warner to training camp, but unfortunately cut him from the team just 5 weeks after signing him. This is when Warner realized he was in the job market now rather than NFL free agency. He was forced to take a $5.50 an hour job in Cedar Falls, Iowa, stocking supermarket shelves. During the day when he wasn't working, he trained at Northern Iowa campus and told his coworkers that one day he would be in the NFL.
The only job he could find was to do grocery store work at night.
He still had his green Jimmy, but little money for anything else.
We're driving back to her parents' house, and we ran out of gas. And it was, freezing cold, and we were stuck on the interstate. And, here are, 2 kids. And, it was one of those moments where you just go, what am I doing?
Finally, he got his chance in 1995, but not the NFL chance he had been hoping for. Instead, the Iowa Barnstormers of the Arena Football League made the call and signed Kurt Warner. Warner did not throw this opportunity away. In 1996 and 1997, he was named to the AFL's first-team All-Arena in both years. Warner was so impressive in the AFL, he was later named 12th out of 20th in the greatest arena football players of all time. His career in arena football ended with 10,000 passing yards, 183 touchdowns to only 43 interceptions, and a passer rating of 107.84. These numbers finally caught the attention of an NFL team that would be making one of their greatest signings in their team's history. The Rams called Kurt Warner up in 1997 and decided to give him a chance. Warner signed a future contract with the team, but in 1998 he was allocated to NFL Europe, where he played for the Amsterdam Admirals. He once again led the league in touchdowns and passing yards. Once he returned to the United States, the Rams kept him on as a third-string quarterback behind Tony Banks and Stephen Bono. By 1999, the free agency period rolled around. Warner was an unprotected player on the Rams roster. However, he went unselected by the Cleveland Browns, whose coach John Hufnagel was a rival coach from Warner's arena football days. The Rams let Bono walk in free agency, traded Tony Banks, and signed Trent Green to be the team's starter. Kurt Warner had suddenly found himself in the second string role. During the preseason, Trent Green suffered a torn ACL, and that thrusted Warner into the starting role. He wasn't without help, though. He had running back Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, and Terry Holt at receiver. Just as he did everywhere else, Warner looked fantastic. He threw 14 touchdowns in 4 games, and football analysts at the time were shocked such a talent could go unnoticed for so long. Sports Illustrated wrote, "There's no way to quantify Warner's commanding pocket presence, his ability to release the ball just before the rush arrives, or the amazing array of passes he can throw with chilling accuracy." Warner finished the 1999 season with a 13-3 record, 4,000 passing yards and 41 touchdowns, earning him the NFL MVP in just his first year of starting. Warner and the Rams would come back in the year 2000 and cruise to the Super Bowl, while sporting what the league was calling the greatest show on turf.
The greatest show on turf is the #1 offense of all time. We took the league by storm.
If you put us into this era of NFL football, it might have been scary what we could have accomplished.
Can't call yourself the greatest show on turf and not be the greatest.
Warner firing downfield. Touchdown!
Any guy that touched the ball could score.
It's a track meet. They don't need a football, they need a baton. Memo to defensive coordinators, anything is possible. This team officially a powerhouse, a juggernaut.
Our place and how the game was changed is there. I just wish we would have had more Super Bowls to go along with it.
I think it was a dynasty for that short time. I don't know if anybody will ever do that again.
I still believe that collection of talent, that it's the best offense that the NFL has ever seen.
The Rams would go on to beat the Tennessee Titans 23-16, and Warner earned himself Super Bowl MVP. In 2001, he exploded statistically again, throwing for 4,800 yards and 36 touchdowns, winning another NFL MVP. Injuries would unfortunately hold Warner back for a while, but he ended up on the Cardinals in 2005. In 2009, he would lead the team to the Super Bowl as well.
So he ends up in Arizona. Everybody thought he was done.
Doing what he was able to do in Arizona, being able to lift that franchise up out of where it was nothing short of amazing.
Fitz is there, he caught it at the 10, touchdown!
He may as well have taken Slippery Rock College to the Super Bowl because they weren't going to get there either.
When nobody else believed in us, when nobody else believed in me, you guys did, and we're going to the Super Bowl!
But unfortunately would lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-23. Warner's NFL career is made interesting by the amount of unbelievers and doubters he faced along the way, from stocking shelves at a grocery store in a small town in Iowa to leading 2 NFL franchises to Super Bowl berths and winning 2 NFL MVPs. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Consider liking the video and subscribing. It helps the channel out a lot. Have a good one.